Hello again, it's Jean. Today we're talking about selling your home and what's most important. As agents, we know that price and exposure are the two most critical factors when selling your home. Well, today I think it's safe to say that the third most critical factor is appearance, how your house is presented to the market. Why? Well, let's take a messy house. Let's take a house that's full of clutter and mess. When a buyer walks through a home like that, all they see is the disarray. They don't actually see the house. They're too distracted by the mess. And as a result, when they leave, that's all they can think of, and they take the house off their list. What about a home that is full of furniture? It Again, it speaks to the buyer of a house that is lacking in square footage. It feels too cluttered, too close, too crowded, and therefore that means not enough space for them. So again, off the list. What about color? Is color important? If your walls were painted fuchsia, would that matter to buyers? Of course it would. It would be much better, I'm sure you can appreciate that, if the house was totally neutral. And better still, if those tones were earth tones, or if they were contemporary neutrals, something that would appeal to the widest buyer market possible. Now, what about if the house was in a state of disrepair? A buyer walks through a house like that, and all they see is problem, problem, problem. They wonder why the homeowner didn't fix it. If they're seeing these things, then what else might be there that they're not seeing? It really concerns them. It worries them a lot. And again, off the list. Same could be true for a house that the backyard is full of junk and debris. They're going to wonder, well, if we bought this house, would the seller remove all of this before closing? So again, these are all very common concerns on the part of buyers, and they walk away. Buyers today, for the most part, do not want to do work. They want to have a house that's move-in ready. Now, having said that, the astute buyer is one that sees houses like I've just described as a bargain opportunity, and typically that's what turns out to happen, that the price gets reduced because no one's coming forward with an offer. So an astute buyer is going to come in and be prepared to put in the work, but unfortunately those are not buyers that are in the majority. They are very much in the minority. So to present your house properly to the market is critically important. As agents representing sellers, our job is to represent the seller's best interest, and we want to make sure that as much money as possible goes into your pocket. So our job is to present all of the news to our sellers, not just the good news, but the bad news, the ugly news, the good, the bad, the ugly. So if the house isn't showing to its best advantage, we have to advise you of that and make sure that you get it looking as it should, so that it appeals to the majority of buyers. Should you have to do this? A lot of sellers think, well, that's not right. I shouldn't have to. People should be able to see beyond it. Sure, you can argue that all day long, but the bottom line is they're not going to, they don't want to, and if you want to get the most money possible, then you want to make sure you have your house looking top-notch before you put it on the market. I hope you found that helpful. Again, my name is Jean Harding. I'm with Sutton Group Incentive Realty here in Barrie, and I sell real estate in Barrie and the surrounding area. If you have any questions, please send them along. I would be delighted to answer them. Thanks for tuning in.